So you want to hear my hot take on plus size travel and why I think every plus size traveler should get a free second and even third seat on an airplane? Then you better keep watching and sign my petition to make some real change. Let's just state facts. Plus size travelers need more space. And many people agree that plane seats are too small, even for the average size person. As a plus size traveler myself, I know how uncomfortable and unsafe it can be to squeeze into a tiny airplane seat. We are not asking for special treatment or luxury accommodations. We simply want enough space to travel comfortably and safely without fear of being discriminated against because of our size. It's truly that simple. If you agree that every traveler deserves to fly comfortably and without fear of discrimination, then go ahead and please sign my petition and share it with everybody that you know. Let's work together to make air travel more inclusive and accommodating for everyone.
All right, so this plus-size influencer demands that the airlines give them free seats and better accommodations when they fly. Now, let's go through the story, because this is that type of thing where everyone demands something for free, and unfortunately, the world doesn't work that way. I think even if you ask children about this story, they're going to say the same thing, like, no, you shouldn't be getting free stuff. Let's just go through it. So this plus-size traveler and social media influencer demanded that the airlines better accommodate larger passengers when traveling. Now, she's got a petition out on change.org to demand that the FAA protect plus-size passengers. So let me show you. She has like a little video here that kind of lets us know like what's happening with her and why she's so adamant about this.
Travel might look a little different for us plus-size folks, but it's still possible. The airlines should do a better job accommodating us, but until then, I'll keep shouting my message from the rooftops. You deserve to travel just as much as anyone else.
That's tight. Now, this story isn't new. I don't know if you guys know who Kevin Smith is. He's a director, actor. If you look at Clerks 2, he's done some comic book stuff. He actually just did He-Man for Netflix. But he was actually kicked off a plane a couple of years ago because he was essentially too fat to fly. This was in 2010, where he was kicked off a plane because I think he paid for one seat but was too big and needed to fit. You know what? Let me not explain it to you. Here is the news reporting on it.
Kevin Smith was thrown off a Southwest Airlines flight over the weekend, in his words, because he was too fat to fly. Southwest later apologized and gave him a refund, but Smith is still mad about it, and he's using the internet to try to keep pressure on the airline.
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't too fat for the frame.
Yesterday, Kevin Smith released his final words on the controversy on his webcast.
That's a new weight of measurement, you know? There's just like thin, heavy set, too fat to fly on Southwest Airlines.
Although he claims he was able to fit within the required 17 inches between the two armrests of his Southwest seat, he was told he needed more than one seat to complete his flight and was taken off the plane.
The employees can make the decision that you are too fat to fly or that you need more than one seat, at least, to be on Southwest Airlines.
Southwest says it tries to convey a sensitive message with discretion. When passengers Kat Salgado and her best friend Monique were singled out in front of friends and fellow passengers and asked to buy additional seats in 2006, they said they felt as if they were treated as monsters and not passengers. And Smith doesn't want anyone feeling that way.
Who should take the L here? Now, don't get me wrong. These beautiful women, I don't have any issue, right? Live your best life. But let's just be fair, people. I don't like sitting next to big people on the plane. I'm a big guy. I don't want to sit next to big people on the plane, and I don't want big people sitting next to me. And I feel sorry when slim people sit next to me because, we're all shoulder to shoulder up in that place. But who should take the L? Should the airlines be forced to allow this woman, unfortunately this woman, to pay for one seat when she really needs two? Or should they say, hey, if you need two seats, you got to pay for two seats? Should they take the loss on the seats? This has been happening since 2016. And I think, unfortunately, it's just the kind of the world we live in. There's standard seats. Look at the beginning of this video. Watch. Look at this. This guy is sitting in the standard seats. Now, if you're too big to sit in the standard seats, then I don't know what to do for you, right? It's like, well, pay for the next seat or take another flight. I know it sounds cold. It sounds pretty cold. It sounds cold coming out of my mouth. But unfortunately, I don't see the solution here. Let's read the article, because maybe there's something I'm missing about this. So this is Jalen Cheney from Vancouver, Washington, who started a petition on change.org trying to ask the FAA to change its regulations. Cheney kicked off the petition by claiming she and her fiance were subjected to discrimination on a recent flight from Pasco, WA, Washington to Denver, which roughly takes just over 2 hours. So this is her sitting in the regular seat. So she's actually covering 2 seats. So she's saying the seat should be bigger, but the airlines would say, like, yo, you got to pay for 2 seats. And she's like, no, she doesn't want to pay. She demands that the airlines give her a free seat, and sometimes even 2 free seats, right? She was like, give me 2, I might need 3. She claims other passengers refuse to sit next to them. I would too. if it all depends. Let me see, how big is the fiance? Oh, that's 2 tons of fun right there. There's a problem with that, right? If those 2 people if you're in those 3 seats, let me look at those 3 seats again. If you go there, he's sitting on one, she's sitting there, and you got to sit in between them, that's a horrible place to be. I wouldn't want to sit there either. And it's not anything about, but you want to be comfortable too, right? I'm not trying to discriminate against you. I just say, I don't want to be comfortable. I'm going to be squeezed in between you. I'm hoping I survive the flight. Not to say that, but it's just, come on, So she says they were receiving hateful comments and disapproving looks while traveling. As a plus size travelers, my partner and I have unfortunately experienced discrimination, discomfort while flying. I have 2 people. I have 2. It's a little rough when you're plus size, but it is what it is. On another flight, I was forced to occupy only 1 seat with an immovable armrest that caused me pain and bruises. So they said you are forced to sit in 1 seat if you only paid for 1 seat. She's like, oh, I got bruises and stuff. It was too tight for 1 seat. Citing that when she and her fiance purchased extra seats on their own, they are still mistreated. Now that's messed up, right? If you do purchase extra seats because you need the extra room, then that is messed up. They shouldn't mess with you at that point in time. So that I think she has a real beef with. But forcing the airlines to pay for the extra couple of seats is ridiculous. Let me see. What is she asking? This is what she's asking for. So she's asking the FAA to do this. The FAA must require all airlines implement a clear customer of size policy that prioritizes comfort and well-being of all passengers. The policy should include clear guidelines on accommodating larger passengers, such as providing larger seats, seatbelt extenders. Seatbelt extenders should be easy, but providing larger seats, I don't know about. And alternative seating arrangements, Cheney wrote in the petition. But who pays for that, though? There's a cost to all that. Who pays for that? All plus-size passengers should be provided with an extra free seat. Extra free seat. Even 2 or 3 seats, depending on their size. So the bigger you are, the more free stuff you get. This is a dream, right? The bigger we are, I can eat as much as I want, because the bigger I am, the more free stuff I'm going to get. So you can lay down in all the seats if you want, to accommodate their needs and assure their comfort during travel. For plus size passengers who purchase extra seats on their own, Cheney wants the airlines to fully reimburse their additional seats, saying the process should be straightforward. Yeah, see, I don't know about all that. I'm not with you, girl. The FAA currently has no seat size requirement for airlines, with the average seat width in economy being 17 inches and 30 inches of leg room when the seat is pitched back. So 17 inches, which is a lot, is just too small for her. So she wants more room. And hey, I understand it. And I think, fight for what you believe is right, but I don't think this is going anywhere. I think this is somebody who's just asking for freebies, and unfortunately, maybe there's a medical reason why she's this big and her fiance is this big. Maybe there isn't. I just don't know. But I don't know if you force the airlines to just give out free seats is the problem. They're already losing money, and don't forget the reason why they want people in the seats to get that money. So giving away free seats is not good for business, for anybody. And then forcing them to remodel the bathrooms and everything, that's also going to be. For bathrooms, the average size is around 24 inches wide, depending on the airline, which is 10 inches less than the average porta potty. Okay, but the thing is that the vast majority of the public can fit in those toilets and use those bathrooms. Just because you are too big for the spot, it's not like there's half the plane can't fit in there. It's not like even 10 people on the plane. That's a rarity when someone can't fit in that bathroom. And I think she just is one of those unfortunate people who can't fit. But then, should the airline be forced to change all its planes? because this one person can't fit in the bathroom where 99% of everybody else can fit? I don't know. Now, this is not her only beef. She also has a beef with the TSA, getting a piece of her mind because she said they have to be able to handle plus-size passengers better. The TSA should implement clear guidelines for screening plus-size passengers. Train agents on how to respectfully interact with plus-size travelers. Offer sensitivity training now we want too. And provide accessibility screening equipment, she wrote. So now she wants them to just ball out, right? Extra free seats, sensitivity training. I want to get through TSA easier. You know, it seems like being fat gives you a lot of privileges. Cheney petition gained 3,951 signatures of the 5,000 she wants to see. Maybe she's probably got more now. Cheney labels herself as a plus-size traveler. So this is what she does. She goes around as a plus-size traveler and films herself and then complains, hey, look, I'm too big for this. I'm too big for this. I need help. That type of thing. So you know what? This is one of those stories where I feel for your struggle, but at the end of the day, this is a you issue. This is not a system issue, right? This is not the FAA's fault. This isn't the airline's fault. They make planes where the vast majority of people can sit on those planes and do their thing, and you're an extreme minority who can't sit and do these things. But there is the option of paying for better accommodations, paying for 2 seats. And I think demanding force the airlines to remodel all their bathrooms on all their planes and give out free 2, 3, depending on how many you need, as many free seats as you need. Why don't they just put you in first class and give you the biggest seats in the plane, right? This is not even capitalism anymore. We're talking about what socialism or communism? What are we talking about here? The problem here is that I think there's a personal responsibility that unfortunately some people don't want to take responsibility for. And then I think there's reality of, there's a cost to all this stuff. Now, hopefully, it's sad if you want to travel but can't afford 2 seats. But there's a lot of people who want to travel but can't afford 1 airline seat. I think you pay for what you need. And if you need 2 seats, unfortunately, you should pay for what you need. But where am I wrong? Am I being too hard on this plus-size traveler? Should she be able to get 2, maybe even 3 free seats for herself if she desires it? Let me know in the comment section how you think. I think this is ridiculous. I think this is nonsense. But, my mind can be changed. With that said, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm out of here. Peace.